And what up, everybody? Welcome back to Pro Publications YouTube channel. This channel talk about zines and DIY publishing and about the creative process and whatever the fuck I end up deciding to talk about that day. And honestly, this is more for two things. One, just because I'm so happy with the way this last two issues of Feral Comics came out. I definitely have a sense of just digging my own art. As an artist, there's a lot of times where you're creating something and you just don't like it, and you just don't feel like you've even touched the surface of what you're trying to do. But now I definitely feel that I'm on a level that I'm comfortable with, where I'm comfortable with my style, I'm comfortable with my delivery, the stories are coming together better. I read them and I laugh myself, which I think as a creative, the first person you should always aim to entertain or to really excite with your work should be you. And for a long time, I wasn't getting on that level, but I definitely am there now. And like I said, like when I make these comics right now, I'm having a damn good time. I'm digging the way the art is coming out. I'm also pushing myself, and I can see my limitations, but it feels like something, if I put the hours into, I can overcome. Whereas before, it felt like the more I do this, just the more hopeless it felt. So last issue dropped. All the subscriptions as well as the contributor copies have gone out. That was one of the main things I was focusing on this month. Is like, you have to build the habits that you want to keep. And I really do want Feral Comics to be every month on a timetable. There's other things that I've been working on that as they come through, I will elaborate. And definitely some of the longer form content is one of the things that I really want to get back into, because I like doing longer videos. I like to rant and rave about this shit that everybody else in my everyday life doesn't really give a fuck about. So like, I don't have anyone to talk about this except for my YouTube community, which I dig all you motherfuckers, man. You guys have been such an integral part about this story, and like the shit that matters to me, you guys have all been kind of there. So I fucking hella appreciate you guys. I feel really confident where the Feral Comics project is. And basically, I know now moving forward that the next 3 issues will be coming out every month. And definitely, I know I want to get back into some zine reviews. I have hella zines to review, and I've gotten hella zines in the mail, and I haven't even opened them up. And it's just because, like I said, I've been adamant about certain things. Every year, as you guys know, for the people that follow the channel for a long time, I kind of set goals and metrics for my own success. And so I'm trying to hit those goals and metrics. It feels good, man. I really do hope that the subscribers, you guys are digging just everything that the new Feral Comics, the way they're coming out, like really are coming out, right? Like with the blue line artwork on it, on the envelope, right? And it's one of those things of like, one of the main things that I've aimed at doing is like leaving nothing to waste, right? And what I mean by that is like the envelope. Let's do something fun and creative with that. I read a comic book every day as a way of just getting my mind to work, and about just understanding story structure, looking at panel layouts, looking at the art. That is something that I do daily just to try to get better at the craft of making comics. And in doing that, I use those same comics that I'm reading as the things that I'm using for the short form content, like the YouTube shorts that I've been doing that have been gaining us a lot more subscribers. Nothing is being wasted, right? Everything that I do as part of this project of trying to get me to where I want to be, which is in a place where I can tell stories that I want to tell, create characters that I want to create, and just keep doing this on a larger level, larger scale, right? And not only my stories, but just stories that I think should exist, stories that I think people should hear. Just like the quality and quantity of artists that I've published, I am so fucking proud of myself for being able to publish them, right? The amount of money that I put back into like independent cartoonists' hands as a one-man band gives me so much fucking pride, man. And I say one-man band, and that's not to like minimize the contributions of everyone in this community, right? Because like, as much as I would like to just take full-blown credit for all this shit, I will say that there has been so many of you guys, whether through Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, whatever the fuck, Zine Fest, Comic Cons, all that shit that you guys have bumped into me, that has definitely put money in my hand in order to make this grow and to keep it going. I don't for 1 second think that all this credit belongs to me by myself, right? It belongs to us as a team, as a community. The thing about the DIY zine community is that this is a way of sharing stories that would otherwise not be shared. This is a way of sharing perspectives that would otherwise not be shared. This is a way of creating subversive art. And so if you want cookie cutter art, right, if that's what you're into, you're going to find it in abundance. But if you want the more fringe shit, bring your ass over here, man. That's why it always gets me, because a lot of people that complain about mainstream comics, it's like, well, then stop reading mainstream comics, right? Go buy some zines. Go buy some underground comics. They're all out there. You don't have no need to complain about the mainstream comics. If that's not for you, if you're not into the cookie cutter shit, bring your ass over here to the French shit, man. You'll be well received, homie. Get yourself a subscription to the Furrow Comics Project. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at, man. This is just fucking me ranting and raving. Just really happy with the way the latest issue came out. I can't wait for the subscribers to get them, to share them on their Instagram or whatever they want to share them on. Really dug this Spawn spoof that went through so many iterations. Because originally the Spawn story that I was going to do, I don't know how many of you guys have been following me that long, but for a while I had a zine series that I called Fuck Your Copyright, which is where I made my own bootleg comics about characters that I like, right? So I had done a Batman one, I had done an X-Men one, I did a Batman one, the next one's going to be a Spawn issue, and after that I was going to do a Johnny the Homicidal issue. But the truth is that when I'm doing these stories, these bootleg stories, I'm finding a way to subvert or to make fun of these mainstream characters, right? Or to show where their arguments are lacking and things like that. And so the Spawn issue was no different. And actually the Spawn issue, because it was something that I'd written a long time ago, right? It really mutated. By the time you guys get this, it's not the same story that I was going to do. This is completely different. And originally there was going to be this whole skit about him going to a therapist because he's going through shit. He's, instead of calling him Spawn, he was gonna be called Sad Boy, and like it was this whole other fucking dynamic to it, right? But then I realized like Spawn is not that very interesting of a character.
As far as I know, I'm already dead, which means I'm waiting for your sorry ass in the afterlife. No!
And it's not a character that I can relate to, and so I realized is like I think I relate more to the bums. You know, because the Spawn comics heavily like that little alley city. It's kind of its own character, and a lot of the homeless population that live there kind of become their own characters as well, and they actually add a great value to the Spawn dynamic. And so I just thought, like, what would it be like if I was a homeless man living in those alleys with Spawn? And that's what this kind of story is about. I doodle every day. I do a sketch every day, and one of those sketches, or a lot of those sketches, honestly, for this month, were this Hulk comic sketches that I was doing, because like I've never drawn the character, and I kept seeing all this Monster Madness, Jim Rugg shit, and I was like, you know what, man? Let me see what Hulk would look like in my hands, right? A character that I've never tried to draw. You know, like I may have fucked around and things like that, but like I never sat down to properly be like, okay, if I was gonna submit fan art for the Hulk, what would that look like? And then definitely I took my time to kind of design the way the character would look. And I'm really happy with the way it came out. It was a very fun exercise, and something that I think I'm gonna start adding on to my normal art exercises of like taking characters and reinterpreting them as to what I think they would look like. It feels like I haven't talked to you guys in a long time, and it's like I'm fucking used to talking to you guys all the time, and so like all this shit's been bottled up in me, and so I'm glad to get it out. Tomorrow I will be dropping a video for a zine giveaway, because as you guys know, every time we drop a new issue, we do a giveaway. So we'll do a giveaway video tomorrow where we talk about what's going to be included in it, and like we're just going to keep doing what we're doing, man. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Lights.